Once again, you already know what it is, and you already know where you have reached the number one collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere on this planet. My name is Sean Hubbard, representing Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. To my immediate left, your immediate right, is the one and only Conrad Cushman, representing everything pro wrestling, and collectively, we are known as Clash of the Podcast. Yo, I cannot believe that WrestleMania is almost here. I mean, through the Royal Rumble, through Elimination Chamber, it was like, yo, this is going to take forever. But as my family gets ready for Easter celebrations and Good Friday celebrations, it's almost like it got lost in the shuffle. And now you blink your eyes as my family prepares to, allow me to host my first ever Good Friday dinner with the whole family. As I prepare for that, and as I prepare for everything that's coming up this week, I blink my eyes and WrestleMania is upon us. So with that being said, we are fired up. We have a jam-packed show in store for you today. The one and only Conrad Cushman is here. I'm here. You're here. There's only one thing left to say. Conrad, my brother from another, drop that thing.
It is the favorite season of anyone who is a wrestling fan. It is WrestleMania season. No matter how much you could be mad throughout the year, you may not like who won the Royal Rumble. When WrestleMania season gets here, it does something to your soul a little bit, though. It does get you a little hyped up for the weekend's activities. And that doesn't matter if you're an independent wrestling fan, if you love WWE or any other company. It's WrestleMania. Like, this is why we are wrestling fans. At least anyone born in like the 80s or after, like, WrestleMania just means something different. Getting into it, man, big shout out to everyone in the chat. The chat is on fire tonight. We had people logging in, Sean, as early as 2 p.m. on the East Coast.
Fantastic.
Just leaving thoughts, man. Big shout out to Terrell, first one in here.
T3Z.
He says, The Rock was seen wearing New Japan. My prophecy will be fulfilled. Terrell, I don't know why they keep feeding you this stuff. They got to stop. We're going to talk a little bit about The Rock and that move.
Konnichiwa! It's cooking.
Clown.
Cleezy. 1-3Z. 4-tweezy. What up, though?
Says, good afternoon, everyone. We appreciate you, Clown. Sir Quills is in the house. He said, what up, Conrad, Sean, and chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 137 of the best wrestling podcast out today, Clash of the By God podcast, hashtag EPW, hashtag HWW. Let's get into this WrestleMania preview because I'm quite intrigued to hear the options of the upcoming pay-per-view. Yes, I said pay-per-view. Fingers crossed that it's good. But again, this is WWE, right?
Quilly, I'm right there with you, big dog.
Matt Lopez, top champion.
M. Leezy, Fo, Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. Let's kick WrestleMania week off with the two main event players of our pro wrestling community. We are humbled and appreciate you, man.
For sure, Matt. Always love it, man. Thank you. I know you're the first one to retweet. If you guys see this, I don't care if it's Facebook. I don't care if it's Threads. I don't care if it's Instagram. I don't care if it's Instagram stories. Wherever you guys see it, man, make sure you guys are out here sharing. I want as many people to see my content, Hubs content. I'm putting the link up again. If you're not subscribed to Hubs and you've been sitting in here every week, I'm going to judge you. I'm going to judge you. If I ever hear that you're in there and it says you're not subscribed to the channel, you're going to have to get that side eye, man. Appreciate you. Vinny.
It's the only thing we like.
That is a fact. That's the only Vinny we like. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy and holy Easter week. God bless y'all. Excited to talk WrestleMania with y'all, man.
Me and Vinny were going back and forth about Easter and Resurrection Week, and it's just a blessing, man. Vinny, I appreciate you, dog.
Yes, Vinny. All love, man. I hope flag football is going well, my brother. XGW locked in during work, bro. Let's go. I appreciate it.
XG-Dub, I appreciate you, man. Definitely in the mix, retweeting our stuff. We appreciate you, man. And also for the record, whether it's M. Leezy, XG-Dub, Quills, whoever the case may be, when people retweet our stuff, it's not just about that. Like, these guys keep people informed, bro. These guys are like have their ear to what's going on in the wrestling world. So not just about us, it's about them too.
Matt Lopez coming into my Discord has saved me so much time. I go to put stuff in there, and Matt's already done it. He's fastest hands in the IWC, bro. Like, that's all I can say for it, man. Pro Wrestler Shoot, our good friend Jesse and James saying hola.
Jesse and James, we appreciate y'all. It's a blessing, man. Happy Holy Week to you guys. Happy Holy Week and WrestleMania week.
Yes. I hope you guys enjoy, man. I hope everything is good and safe. All love to you both. I know you guys got a lot of big things happening over there, and I know you'll be live tomorrow. They got some interesting streams coming up, getting the community involved in their WWE Universe stream. So make sure you guys upload your call. Go follow them. They'll tell you how to get that in there if you guys are interested.
Yes, sir.
Side note, Dynamite looks great. We are going to talk a little AEW, Dark Side of the Ring. We got a lot to talk about here. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get everyone. Gabe, what's good? What up, y'all? We're on the straightaway to WrestleMania. That we are, Gabe. Thank you for being in here. Miracle says, good evening, gentlemen.
I'm looking for a miracle. I see the impossible. It's WrestleMania week. It's Holy Week. I'm singing hymns because of Miracle. Thank you, dude.
Miracle said, good evening, gentlemen and ladies.
All the single ladies and the married ladies.
Gabe, it's all good, brother. It's all good. I know where you at. I appreciate you. Let's see here. XG Dub on the restart. I appreciate you. Guy Will Gamble. Another brother I appreciate, man.
Absolutely. Says, what's good, everybody? Shout out to the tag team division that's been holding down SmackDown for the last couple of months, getting passed over for Mania, and that is a crime. Guy Will Gamble. What a shame. What a shame. Oh, God. Oh, and big shouts out to the opening match, Jay Uso. It's just him, Uso. Bro.
McKinney's here as well, here to talk wrestling with the Fire Live chat. My favorite homies on the podcast scene, Clash of the Podcast, and to let y'all know, age is something that only matters if you're cheese.
I like that. That's smooth.
And wine. Joel says, happy Mania week. Appreciate you, Joel.
Joel, we appreciate you.
J Rock says, ooh, so what's good, J Rock?
J-Rock. I'm gonna call you J-Rock.
Yes.
You guys smell what J-Rock is cooking. Oh, that works. If you smell what J-Rock is cooking, even though it is J-Rock, respect to.
Joel, thank you, brother. Brad 2025 says, I love Mania. I see you with the Cena hat on. I wonder who you're going for in this main event, Brad. Yes, and I see Guy Will Gamble saying it. Look at this. Doug in the house. Another Monday, another clash. Conrad and Sean in chat. Teach me. Go ahead, Sean. Hit the Dougie one time. Hey.
What up, Doug?
What's good, Doug? Appreciate you, man. Everyone's favorite time of year. I'm just glad to be off on a Sunday in a while. Jocelyn, welcome.
All the single ladies and the married ladies. All the single ladies and the married ladies. Now put your hands up. What up, Josh?
Let's see here. Anthony Slate. Brother, how are you? Good to see you in here.
The slate is clean. What up, though?
Appreciate you. I like seeing when he used to wear the throwback jerseys. Me too, Brad. Me too. T. Ferg, what's good, gentlemen? I heard Hunter had an interesting interview with some guy named Schultz. Yeah, Andrew Schultz is a comedian. For those that don't know, hold on here. Jesse coming in with a super chat. We got to show love. $20 super chat. Thank you, Jesse. He said, I'd be trolling and having fun. Truth be told, y'all deserve the world and are two of the very best to do this. Love you guys. Let's enjoy this fantastic week of pro wrestling. Fire emoji. Because he's the fireman. Fire for fireman.
Yo, we love you too, bro. And we know that you are just a savage when it comes to things that we don't like, and you jump on board and you stomp and you kick. But we love you, man. And you and James are doing wonderful things, and we appreciate you guys so much, man. Let's have a wonderful week, man. Let's lock and load.
For sure, man. Lots of great content. Try to support everyone who's doing the content, especially the independent people, man. Like, there's tiers to this. There's tiers. And me and Sean, Jesse, we've been in this game a long, long time. There's tiers to this, all right? And I hope people know that. That's right. Flex up. You look at real WrestleMania 9-ish right now, Sean. We'll be talking about that, too, that documentary today.
Conrad, I love you like a brother. Don't ever do that again.
What you gonna do, man? All I need you to do with the money is next to yeah.
Don't ever compare this strong, handsome black man to that person ever again. Thank you.
That was your guy back then. I know you
was
going crazy.
That was my guy when I was a stupid child. Yes.
Listen, we're going to talk about that. Hold on here. This thing just scooted me up, so I don't know if more people are saying stuff. Yo, J-Rock crying in the chat from you, Sean. Mm-hmm. Sean, are you still mad Minnesota's not getting WrestleMania? Yes, we're still mad. Well, am I? What do you mean are we still mad?
Well, we're still mad, but not, obviously Vegas is doing a great job, but, Minnesota got screwed in the process, man. Like, it's not about – we never thought that Vegas would be a dud. Like, we never thought that Vegas – would not deliver. It's just Minnesota was promised something and it got snatched away. In what world is that right?
Welcome, dude. Yeah, I don't understand why. Yeah, listen, I'm over it at this point. And Minnesota's got
something to cry about. We're all going to have a great time this week, but I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. Like, Minnesota was promised WrestleMania this year and it got yanked away. That's not cool.
Facts. Atticus Cougar made it into the WWE ID tournament. We're going to be talking about that. I don't have the ID tournament stuff written down, but you guys are definitely going to be able to check it out on TrillerTV. I believe it's with 2 different promotions, so make sure you guys are there, keeping your eyes on that. Matt says that WrestleMania 9 documentary was interesting for sure. BJ.
I'm going to take it. Shout out to BJ. I see you. BJ, we appreciate you. Back to Emily's comment right quick. I think it was actually some of the best work WWE's ever done. But you know what broke my heart? I never told you this, Conrad. I'm going to tell the chat too. What broke my heart is that it was very established and discussed and made clear that WrestleMania 9 was the first time they did something like this as it relates to documenting behind-the-scenes stuff. So that watching this documentary, Conrad, I know I got to bring it home for you so you understand where I'm coming from. Watching this documentary shut the door on my dream. Do you remember what I told you I wanted?
What did you want?
I wanted a WrestleMania 3 front to back documentary. And from what my understanding of, and you help me if I understood this incorrectly, it sounds to me like WrestleMania 9 was the first time they went behind the scenes. So that means my dream of a WrestleMania 3 doc is done.
Did they have cameras back then to do that type of thing, though? I don't know if they would have had the production means.
Yeah, but either way, you see what I'm saying? It looks like maybe it's a wrap for me as far as what I wanted. I wanted like behind the scenes, like Andre not letting Hogan know whether or not he was going to let him win. I want behind the scenes of Macho and Steamboat discussing the match before they went to the ring. Like, that's never going to happen.
Maybe one day, though. Maybe they can piece it together. I think it'll be more one of those story ones versus what you're wanting. Yeah, for sure. Well, Amon, we're men of the people here, so we're gonna say rank the 4 horsewomen, best to worst. I assume we're talking the NXT horsewomen, so we'll keep it at that.
Ronda Rousey, Shayna. Oh, my fault.
How do you rank them? I guess this is personal, so.
It's personal, and it's going to come across personal, and I really don't care.
All right, let's go 1. My 1 is Mercedes.
My 1 is Mercedes.
Okay, who's 2?
My 2 is unfortunate. I say this reluctantly. Mine is number 2 is Charlotte Flair.
Oh, mine is Bayley.
I don't have to be a fan to respect her, right? So.
Okay, yeah. Mine is Bayley.
My number 3 is Becky Lynch.
And
my number 4 is Bayley. Yeah.
All right, and my number 4 is Charlotte. Okay, So see, there we go. Yep. That's how we rank them. That's personal, like I said.
Yep.
Not to take anything. I think all four are tremendous.
And all four are future Hall of Famers as well.
Facts. People are talking about Minnesota got robbed. They're going in the chat. I appreciate you. I'm just trying to see if I missed anyone. Let's see here. Yes, and shout out to people in the chat. They're letting me know that Triller Plus subscription, you can get all that stuff $7.99 a month and get all the collective events. So
that's nice.
Big things happening over there on Triller TV. Check out that subscription service. You know, friends of the show, so we always got to show them love. McKinney says the corporate working of WWE told Minnesota that doesn't work for me, brother, as Vegas made it rain in the TKO office. They get a little preferential treatment.
I see zero lies in what McKinney just said.
People are putting their rankings for the four horsewomen. We got Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Sasha. Ooh, we're definitely reversed, Deanna. We will totally disagree.
Deanna, we appreciate you, but woo.
Charlotte, Banks, Becky, Bayley.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
And hello to you as well, Deanna.
Hi.
Shout out to my guy, Easy E, in the chat, man. I hope you're doing well, E.
Easy
Much
E,
love.
Vibes, man.
All right, man. Let's get into this. First, Sean, let's run down the week here real quick because we don't do that enough.
Yeah, man. We got a jam-packed WrestleMania weekend for you guys. Make sure you guys are locked in. Set your notifications if you haven't already. As you can see, Clash of the Podcast, we have it all mapped out for you. WrestleMania weekend, brought to you by Everything Pro Wrestling and Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. On Friday, this coming Friday, April 18th, at 6:05 p.m., Hubbard Wrestling Weekly will be presenting WrestleMania Hubbonomics. I will be hosting with a special guest. His name is James Porcelli. He's a tremendous podcaster. He'll be my guest on Hubbonomics WrestleMania edition this coming Friday at 6:05 p.m. Saturday, during WrestleMania, on WrestleMania Saturday, the 19th, the World Heavyweight Championship match. It would not be appropriate, ladies and gentlemen, for me to not go live for that match. I have been the proprietor, the driver of the Jey Uso bandwagon, so why would I not go live for that match? So during the World Championship match, whenever that match is going to the ring, when you see the video package for Jey Uso versus Gunther, coming up next, Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, I will be going live, so be tuned in for that. That same night, immediately following WrestleMania, it's going to be myself, Conrad, and our guy, Derek, as we bring you the WrestleMania Night 1 review show. Night 2 of WrestleMania, on April the 20th, immediately following the show, will be myself, Conrad, and Derek, as we bring you Night 2 review of WrestleMania. And then on a very special edition of Clash of the Podcast, to conclude our WrestleMania weekend, myself and Conrad will be bringing you a live edition of Clash of the Podcast as we bring you Raw After Mania Watch Along. We will be doing a full watch along of the Raw After Mania. So again, Friday night, Hubbonomics. Saturday night, Hubbonomics during the world title match. Saturday, myself, Conrad, and Derek. Sunday, myself, Conrad, and Derek. And then on Monday night, me and Conrad live watch along. We got a whole lot of stuff coming up for you guys this weekend. Let's get it.
Yeah, we'll be in there for sure. Appreciate everyone popping in, man. We're going to start with a did you know fact. Did you know AJ Styles wrestled in both The Undertaker and Randy Savage's last matches?
Awesome. I did not know that. Wow.
There you go. Just wanted to make AJ Styles feel a little more important. AJ looking swole right there, too.
You don't want none.
They don't want none.
Nope.
I do miss the Grits theme a little bit, though. Get ready to fly. I know he says he doesn't like it. If I had the hood on, I would have did it. I am. Yep. Yes. Look at this. Ticket price is no joke. Oh, my goodness. Vinny just said someone spent over $10K for floor seats for WrestleMania. Bugging.
I mean, it wouldn't be me, bro, but I mean, it is what it is. I plan on going to WrestleMania, and I'm sure Conrad feels the same as guests as media correspondents. But as far as the ticket prices, I'm not doing that.
Not till you drop them.
Yep.
Then I'll consider going again. And that goes for Raws and everything too. Truthfully.
Yep.
Let's get into WrestleMania now. I don't have a full Hall of Fame part in here, so I'm going to have Sean just remind me to. We'll quickly try to touch on some of these things. Matches that aren't as important, we'll get into, but I'm pretty sure we'll get over it quickly. And that's what we're going to do for this opener here on night one. I promise you. So let's talk. New Day being advertised to take on the War Raiders. Is that their name now? Yes, War Raiders. Rating of Wars. New Day. Thoughts, Sean?
I mean, obviously, I think that both teams are deserving to be on the show. It's bittersweet for me because as much as I have so much respect for the New Day, I have equally amount of respect for the SmackDown World Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. I will not digress. I will not, take a detour into that. I'm sure you all know how I feel and how disappointed I am about that. But we did get New Day on the show, and the War Raiders deserve to be there as well. So, I predict we'll have new champs. We'll have new champs, and it'll be the new chapter in the history of the New Day.
Yes, it is. I fully agree with you on the New Day becoming the tag champs. We've lost so much steam from this. And I know a lot of people aren't going to tell you guys the truth. And I know when you look back in time, you'll remember Conrad told me the truth. And I want you to just keep that in mind. They piped in those boos the second week. I just want you guys to know that. And they piped them in throughout. But guess what happened? They lost the steam that was behind the New Day because they weren't featured. Yep. We'll do it next week. You got 2.5 to 3 hours every week on this show. Feature the New Day. I don't understand here. And I also think it's a choice to put the Raw tag titles on over the SmackDown tag titles, but I digress. You made your choice. It's what it is. I get it. Maybe New Day was hotter at one point, but I'll leave it at that. I agree. I got New Day winning this as well.
Yep. I think what the thought process, and I don't agree with it, is that New Day being on the show is their Lifetime Achievement Award. And unfortunately, I think that the Profits winning the tag titles was their quote-unquote Lifetime Achievement Award. Okay, we gave you the belts, but you're not going to get on Mania. It's a disgrace, but what can we do?
Right, and big shout out to my guy Chris in the chat. Appreciate you, Chris. He said New Day wins to become the new World Tag Champs. New Day should become the tag champs. Otherwise, what was the purpose of the heel turn? Good point, Quills. New Day wins. New Day wins. I don't see anybody picking War Raiders except for someone saying maybe Big E comes out to cost them, which would be a heck of a payoff as well. But we'll see. Moving on. Rey Mysterio taking on El Grande Americano. I'm not going to play these games with y'all. We know who this is. What are we doing here? What is this? I don't know how you feel about this. I'm just like,
I don't know. We've seen this before.
This could have been a trios match.
It could have been. I mean, I think at this point it's a situation where they're kind of trying to continue the narrative that he's, Kurt Angle Jr. We know that Kurt Angle was, a conquistador at one point in time, but they're just taking it a little step further with Chad Gable. I like the Alpha Academy, I like American Made. So I don't see the need for this, but I mean, I guess. And honestly, I'll be honest. I think Chad Gable's going to win.
I think so too. I think this could end up leading to a mask versus mask match, and then that's where you get the big unveiling.
Right.
But I really think this should be like an LW. I think you could have just got a few more guys on here just to do it. And I know people will be like, "Oh, you're just saying that." No, not just saying that. Dragon Lee has been there. Like, give this guy something to do. Give the Creed brothers something to do. But I guess they could be on the outside and have some shenanigans here. But I'm with you.
And of course, everybody would love to. We all love the LWO music. Would you like to hear it?
You know what? Why not? One time for the one time.
Viva la raza! Beat it out of Nino! Eat it out of Nino! Those are the exact words, by the way.
Yes. I see people upset about Motor City Machine Guns and Street Profits missing Mania. They'll be on the SmackDown before. Wait a minute.
WrestleMania SmackDown, which is just insulting.
I love Matt saying, I'm shocked no multi-tag ladder match. Well, if you would have left the belts as one, like I said last year, instead of splitting them.
No, I always disagree with you on that part, bro.
I don't.
You still could have had a ladder match. Let me ask you a question, Conrad. You could have had. You all right? Oh God, are you all right? Take your time, bro. I was just going to add, you could have had 2 ladder matches. You could have had 2 ladder matches, night 1 and night 2. What exactly are we doing here, bro?
No. When you gave those belts to Miz and R-Truth, it solidified what I said. What a waste of time this was. No. You had no business doing that.
No, I disagree with that.
Tell me the strongest teams on the Raw Tag Division. Run them down.
On the Raw Tag Division, it would probably be the War Raiders and New Day. And give me a second. It would probably be like, I'll give you a third. Give me a set. It's taking some time. It is Snap Famous time. I agree. I'll go American Made.
They've lost too many times. Like, you get what I think the tag divisions.
Your point is solid, bro, because the fact that it took me that long to think of a third team.
Not even that, but they've been beaten already. So you're kind of just like, what are we doing here? I just think that one set of your tag division's amazing. That's not what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm saying when you're forcing yourself to give tag titles to like Miz and R-Truth, you're doing too much. Like, you're trying to be extra when you don't need to be. But that's just me talking. I don't think they should have did that. I'll leave it where it is. Let's get to the first like major feud here on this that I think has some stakes to it. And we got 2 honeys up in here, Jade Cargill and Naomi.
What did you say?
I said we got 2 honeys up in here, Jade Cargill and Naomi. They're about to go at it. To me, Naomi could be doing the best work ever. And Sean, I'm torn. I'm torn on who to pick here because, well,
because I'm going to tell you something that's going to make you real upset.
I don't know if I'll be upset because I can see both ways in this one. If Jade wins, game over. This is done. Like, we don't need to move on, and we're done with this. If Naomi wins, you could make 2 people and keep this a feud.
You don't want to hear what I got to say, bro.
Go ahead.
I think Jade's going to squash Naomi.
Oh, no. Why squash?
I'm not saying I like it. Do you see my face? Does it look like I'm happy? No. But I think they're going to have Jade squash Naomi. This is WWE, guys. Just remember that.
I mean, they did have teases of Jade and Charlotte already, too, with the little...
This is WWE, guys. Just remember that. Remember what I said, y'all. Don't just remember that I said that Sean said that Jade's going to win. No. Remember also that I said Jade is going to squash Naomi. And no, I am not happy about it. But that's what's going to happen.
I'm going to be opposite of you. I'm going to pick Naomi to win. I don't know how. Right. I don't know why. But let's give it to Naomi. And why not? You could make 2 stars at the same time instead of just one.
Bro, never have I wanted to be wrong more than right now.
We shall see. And you might be right. I might be coming on here with tears in my eyes like, I was wrong, man. I was wrong. Look at you guys. You guys are in the chat wilding out. I love it, though. A lot of people saying they want Naomi to win. Honey Diplets. Hey, don't be snitching. She can hear me. She's right across the hall. It's all good. She knows. It's with respect. It's all good. Naomi should win to solidify the heel turn. I can see it. I'd love Naomi to win with the heel turn. Conrad is singing LaToya's song. You just got me torn in between the 2. Yo, fact. Jade wins. We got other people agreeing with you, though. Jade wins. So looks like the crowd split, too. Interesting.
It's very nice to see 2 black women featured. First, one-on-one female match in WrestleMania history that is not a championship. And in this case, that's a good thing. That means that Jade and Naomi have done enough to make a WrestleMania card in a one-on-one match without a title being on the line. That is a fantastic accomplishment.
That is good. It also presents another issue that we'll talk about on night 2, I'm sure.
Fair enough.
We have L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Jacob Fatu for the U.S. Championship. Sean, going to you first, man.
No brainer. I think L.A. Knight, as much as I like him, has lost a lot of steam. And I think that, and using the steam analogy, I think Jacob Fatu is a runaway locomotive. And that man is going to come down the railroad and destroy LA Knight. It won't be a squash, but that man is going to win, and he's going to win definitively, and he's going to walk away the new United States champion.
Man, I see people saying Jacob's going to crush him. Fatu wins. I might be the weird one here. I think
Oh,
LA
really?
Knight wins.
Okay.
You're probably saying, Conrad, how could you think that? Why?
I want to know where you're coming up with this. Yes.
So the beef here will be with Solo screwing up, and this is the final screw up. You messed up me getting the U.S. Championship. I don't need you anymore. And this is where, I made a mistake, but we're still family. We're going to do, I hate you, Solo. And that's all you're going to need to hear. And it's over. They're putting a beat
So
down.
we're going to have our annual SmackDown after WrestleMania family breakup?
I think so.
Like annual.
And I think it's game over. LA Knight can continue as champion for a little bit longer, but we'll see. I'm curious to know what happens with LA Knight after this reign, though. But he's got people on the hunt for him right now.
What is Jocelyn talking about? Shout out to Jocelyn. What are you talking about?
Let me see here. That's the SpongeBob tweet. Sarcastic. People are going to be saying that.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah. But why'd you have to bring race into it?
Oh, okay. I don't know nothing about that. Okay, got you.
Yeah, the Simone Werewolf is going to eat the lunch of LA Knight. You guys could be right, man. Like I said, I'm in the minority here. And
because I'm good with music. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm good with the music, y'all.
You see, he only does the good songs that they produced. I just want y'all to know that.
That's right.
Matt knows I hate you, Solo. Let's see here. Quill says that he thinks easily this match goes to Jacob Fatu. If Braun Strowman couldn't do anything with Jacob Fatu, what's LA Knight going to do? New champ. They could do that as well.
Come on, sir. You're talking right, sir.
If you do that, though, what do you do with LA Knight, though, Sean? Does he move up, or is he going to be stuck in that U.S. title range for a little bit still?
I'd like him to move up, but I think LA Knight might be done as far as world championship caliber unless he has a major uprising.
You know what's the saddest thing? Do you remember when Priest won? Do you remember the last moments of that Money in the Bank match? They were going crazy for LA Knight.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, that was an error.
That was a moment.
Next up, we got Charlotte Flair challenging, cashing in her Charlotte in the Bank Royal Rumble contract, not in the main event, against Tiffany Stratton.
It's Tiffany time.
Can we keep it a buck about this, Sean? This build has been crazy.
A buck, brother. Come on, man.
No, but I'm talking about fully on this. Like, yo, this has been bad. Like, just some of the interactions in the segments. By the way, did you watch SmackDown? What was Wade Barrett doing? Like, why did Wade Barrett step up like he's in the storyline? I was like,
well, Wade Barrett, I like what Wade Barrett's doing. Wade Barrett is the wrestler voice of reason. What he was doing was, I don't know if you heard what he was saying. He was telling Charlotte to behave herself.
Mm-hmm.
So that was her. I'm fine with that. That was him doing the same thing with her that he did with Drew McIntyre.
Yes. Shout out to MJB in the place to be. He said, "What up, Oos?" with the J Oos. Someone said on IG, "I was a J Uso Glazer. I've never been, but my Ua follow will be all gas, no brakes." Don't let him hate on you, bro.
Anybody who says you're a Oos Glazer, you can tell him what to do, bro. Like
tell him Oos D's.
Yeah. It's like, yo, bro, you're not a Glazer because you're a fan of somebody. What, these people are losers, bro.
And so going back to the Wade Barrett thing, the reason I said that, Wade Barrett, one of the top heels of not the best era, but he was one of the better heels. And I just saw him getting in front. I was like, look at Wade Barrett having his, I love when we won't talk about Collision, but Collision had a similar thing with an announcer standing up for the other announcer. And I kind of like when they do that sometimes. Just very different to see Wade Barrett getting involved here. So we got two things here, Sean. We got Charlotte Flair, who has the prestige, the rank. We just talked about the 4 horsewomen. People want her to win. We also have Tiffany Stratton, who is the new uprising star. Who needs this more? Who needs this dub? Well, obviously it's Tiffany Stratton, but who do you see Triple H filling in the pencil with? And who's your prediction?
Charlotte Flair. Not happy to say it, but Tiffy time is over. At least at WrestleMania it will be, and then she'll have to come back and get it back.
Do you think let me ask you your logic behind it. Do you think Tiffany coming after Charlotte showed immaturity and they're going to use that against her? Or do you think it's the redemption arc? You can build yourself back up from this. And
I think when you're Charlotte Flair and your father is Ric Flair and you've won 114 world championships, that what's 115? Like, I think it's pretty clear that the machine is behind her. I think Tiffany Stratton is a young, up-and-coming professional wrestler. I think that what she did in talking about Charlotte's personal life was her swinging for the fences, but to answer your question, the reason why I'm going to say no, I don't think she's being punished, is because I think the plan was for Charlotte to win all along. This is not going to be a passing of the torch. Again, I hope I'm wrong. Because Tiffy should win this match. But I believe they'll give the dub to Charlotte because they love Charlotte, or at least Triple H does.
And we know how Triple H feels about Charlotte's father. I'm sure that's Triple H's GOAT, honestly. Like, if you had to ask him. And
I do take previous losses into consideration. How many more? Are we going to have Charlotte? I'm cool with it. If it was me, the answer would be yes to the question I'm about to ask. But do you think Triple H is going to have Charlotte lose at 2 WrestleManias in a row? She lost at 39 and she was out for 40.
She hasn't been champion, 2 years?
2.5 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Good point on the timing there, Sean. Yeah. Excellent work there. Some people are saying it's Tiffy time. Guy will gamble. He mentioned that he thinks his build's like Seth and Brock match that opened a few years ago. Open with this and get Charlotte out of there with the quickness. BJ says, I want Tiffy, but we know Charlotte needs to get some reigns to beat her dad. I roll. It's Tiffy time. Then you make Charlotte a broken Mad Queen looking for vengeance and destruction until she finally gets her hands on the title. Help her uplift the women's U.S. title. Ooh, that's
what I actually do want. McKinney brings up a good point. I would love, and I know you never hear me say love and Charlotte in the same sentence, but I would love to see Charlotte be the Women's United States champion. That would elevate that title exponentially.
Could the ego handle it, though?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Quill says, I'll say this, though. If Stratton is booked to beat Flair in her first match, it's a direct spit into the Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Asuka, especially Asuka.
Touche.
Tiffany's immaturity will cost her the match, Terrell thinks. We all know Charlotte doesn't like to lose, Jocelyn says.
Sure doesn't.
J-Rock says, you know what we need? Charlotte Flair. Tiffy time is done. Charlotte stat pad Flair. All right, man.
And I want to be clear. Once again. I think it's important to drive this point home. I do not think that Tiffany Stratton saying what she said in that promo is the reason she's going to lose. I think she was always going to lose. I want to make that very clear. I don't agree with it. It's terrible booking. Tiffany Stratton should win. It should be a passing of the torch. But when this match was announced, I said Charlotte Flair was going to win, and I'm sticking to that because it's Charlotte Flair. That doesn't make it right, but it is what it is.
Fair points here made by Sean. I am going to go with the prediction. I'm going to be weird. I'm going to say Tiffany Stratton retains. I probably am a fool for that, but we'll go with that.
You're not being a fool. I hope you're right. There are 2 matches on this card that I'm like, I really hope I'm wrong.
So far, the only ones we've disagreed, or no, we disagreed on the last 3, actually.
Yeah, Naomi getting squashed, Tiffany losing, and
Jacob and LA Knight.
Well, I don't hope I'm wrong about that.
Yeah. The next one.
Yep. It's time to talk about it. It's cool.
I wish I had some theme music right now. If I only could, hit the placebo, hit it. It's Jey Uso's time, man. Jey Uso, the man who won the Royal Rumble, is challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship against the Ring General Gunther. Can Jey Uso finally do it? Does Sean's moment happen when he's streaming live, which you guys should go over and subscribe to his channel now so that you guys don't miss it. Hit that notification bell because Sean will be live during this match. Does Jey Uso do it? I really don't need Sean's opinion on this one, truthfully, but what do you think?
I mean, look, it really bothers me what I'm seeing people say about Jey Uso online. Like, it's really ridiculous. He can't wrestle. He only has 4 or 5 moves. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I do believe that this criticism by these freaking morons on social media has influenced Triple H to move this out of the main event slot. I do believe that. I'm going on record with that. I believe that people talking crap about Jey Uso, and I'm not just saying, oh, he's not a main eventer. If you don't believe he's a main eventer, that's fine. But saying that he doesn't belong in the world championship picture, that he's the worst Royal Rumble winner of all time. Jey Uso deserves this match, and Jey Uso deserves the win. Jey Uso also deserved to close the show. That's not going to happen. So I don't think that my prediction is about who's going to win, because the whole world knows that I'm predicting Jey Uso's going to win. I think the thing that means something here, guys, is the percentage on a scale of 1 to 100 of how confident I am that Jey Uso is going to win.
I'm going to ask you for that number, sir.
I'm 60-40. I'm 60-40.
60 in the right direction for you, though, right?
In the right direction. I mean, because it was 60-40 the other way, my brother, I would have to say that Gunther's going to win, because my journalistic integrity would be on the line if I just said Jay's going to win, and I don't think Jay's going to win. I do think Jay's going to win, but
Vinny, I might have to sign up for that bet.
Vinny, that's very nice. I mean, that'd be cool. But I'm 60-40. I mean, Jey Uso deserves it. I just hope that we don't see a travesty of justice on that evening, because whether he's the first match or what I hope will be the co-main event, probably not. It probably will be the first match. I'm kind of holding on to hope that he'll be the match before the triple threat at the end. But no matter where he is on the card, for him to, and I'm going to leave it with this, bro. I'm going to leave it with this. If they take away they've already taken away the fact he's not going to close the show. Because I do believe in my heart, Conrad Cushman, that Jey Uso was penciled in as the last match of night number 1. I do believe that. And I believe somebody changed their mind. If they do that, which they have already done, because we all know the triple threat's the main event, and then they have him lose also, that would be really unfortunate. So I say Jey Uso wins. I think anybody who has any integrity as far as justice in the world of wrestling would agree with me. Anybody who genuinely thinks, I want to go on record with this too, Conrad. Anybody who genuinely thinks that Gunther should win, that's fine. But if you're just hating, like grow up. So I'm going to say Jey Uso, but I have a lot of concerns.
Respect. I'm with Clown. Clown has said my exact feeling on this match. Jey Uso has to win. Mm-hmm. Because if you beat Jey Uso, in my opinion, Jey Uso's cooked. Yeah. It's done. It's Chad Gable losing to Sami Zayn and Gunther. It is Dolph Ziggler losing over and over and over and over. You're not going to get it on a bigger stage than this. You risked it all. You had him win the Rumble. I would have even been mad. Like, if he didn't win the Rumble, you didn't need to do that then.
Right.
But you did it. And now I'm like, go with it. Go all the way with it and give this guy the title. And I thought it would be a great closing shot to have everybody happy. WrestleMania goes off the air with the Yeet. He's out there. He's doing his thing. I mean, I can't tell you why they made that decision to not do it. But it could be the fans.
And I want to add this too. And chat, please give me a yes if you agree with what I'm saying. Or no if you disagree. And this is going to be very controversial. I believe Triple H changed his mind because of the fans' criticism as it relates to Jay being the last match. And my statement is this: yes or no if you agree. If Triple H allowed the fans to change his mind about that being the last match, after he decided to have him win the Royal Rumble, then Triple H should not be in charge.
I mean, like I said, Sean, this does go back to what you were saying too, though. Remember, the people wanted Jay, go with Jay. He did it, and then the people rebelled. Like, I don't know what happened or what they were so upset about, but they were like, no, disliking the videos and saying whatever they're gonna say. And I still see people with their hands up. I mean, are we?
Jay does not get negative reactions from the live audiences. He doesn't.
Right. So is this just social media discourse? This is a question, long-ended question about pro wrestling, about things that happen with, we'll call them the Death Riders. Like we have stuff with that and stuff says otherwise. Same thing here. Like, well, what are we listening to? What's the move here? Jey Uso has to walk out with the championship. And I know some people are like, we're going to have Gunther lose 2 years in a row at Mania. I mean, Sean didn't think he should have lost last year. Like, and by the way, where's Sami Zayn on this card?
And I want to ask this question, Conrad. I want to ask you directly. If Jay doesn't win on Saturday, then what does all of the Jey Uso success mean? Historically, what I have to word it in better English and better vernacular. What would Jey Uso's success have meant if he loses on Saturday?
I want to make a comparison, but this person probably wouldn't be right because they were.
I think while you're thinking, I think Vinny got the answer correct.
Where am I jumping to the bottom here?
Yeah. I want your answer, but I think Vinny got it absolutely correct.
With what? Nothing.
That's the answer. Nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ken Anderson, Mr. Kennedy. Like, do you remember that? Like, wow, how did we miss the mark on this? Like multiple times, and in those situations, some of them were accidents. Like, I thought I was injured, then I found out I wasn't. Maybe we shouldn't have panicked this quickly and did what we did, but things happen. In this situation, you've known. You've talked about it for a while. Like, listen, you were on board. You remember in the beginning of this, I was not believing you. I was like, I don't see it, Sean. But eventually, I have to put my money where my mouth is and just shut up. You know? Good point, Miracle. Miracle coming back at me. I respect this. We always welcome some disagreements over here. But the difference with Ziggler was he was world champion. Chad Gable did not fulfill his promise to win the Intercontinental title. That is true. That is true.
Well, for the record, Conrad, just let everybody know your prediction for the match.
Jey Uso wins.
Okay, cool.
Jey Uso wins.
Guys, show me some love. On Saturday night, I'm going to be live during that match. You will see me in all my most raw emotions during that match. I saw that theory online as well, Guy Will Gamble. I don't see it, but it's possible. It's possible.
He could help him, too. He could be like, I just don't like it.
I'm hoping that Jimmy and Sammy help him. And by the way, anybody I'm gonna say I got 2 words for you on this one. Anybody who says Jey Uso's not a real champion because he has Jimmy or Sammy or anybody else help him, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. It really doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't make a difference. As long as Jey Uso walks out as world champion, it doesn't make a darn bit of difference to me, and it shouldn't make a darn bit of difference to you.
Jocelyn, good point too. She said Jay losing means they made a lot of money off the movement. And Sean, if you're asking, if you see the ones in the chat, that means they agree with you. By the way, before I just put that up there. Let me see here. Jesse brings up Triple H did a great podcast today. He basically said the internet doesn't match the vibes of sellout crowds, which I've always said vocal minority.
Right. And you know what? I want to piggyback off of that, Jesse, because I agree with you. The people who talk the most crap with the comments in social media are usually the ones that wouldn't say it to anybody's face. They're like internet trolls.
Yeah, to me, there's levels to it too, because I do think there is some good feedback to learn from that within. But there's also some things where it's like, well, guys, this data is showing otherwise. So what's going on here? Something's not connecting. Triple H is going to have Hub's live stream on a separate screen. He probably will be.
All I can say, Conrad, my brother from another mother, everybody, Vinny, all of y'all. Y'all know how I feel about the Jey Uso saga. I'm going to be live during that match. That's the only match I'm going to be live for. The next time you see me after that will be with Derek and Conrad for the post-game show. You will see all of my emotion and then some during that match.
Pouring out. Sean, do you want to do the article now since we're transitioning into the main event of night one?
Yeah, I think it's appropriate.
All right, so I'm going to share the screen because I ran out of images for today because, like I said, we have a jam-packed show here. So with all that being said, where am I here? There it is. All right, we're going to share the screen here. Just let me know if it looks okay. Sean, just let me know if the chat says something different.
Looks great, actually.
This is an article you wrote today, like just went up on hwweekly.com.
Yes. And guys, when you get a chance, just check it out. You guys can give your feedback on how you feel about the article. But I want to focus on the bottom portion of the article that I wrote today. And I would love your feedback. I already talked to Conrad about it. And the bottom portion of the article reads as follows. Think about it. A 2-night extravaganza. Both Royal Rumble winners will not close the show. Forget if you think Charlotte deserves it this year. I personally don't. Forget if you think Jay deserves it this year. I personally do. None of that matters. What matters is if you wanted CM Punk and or Roman Reigns and or Seth Rollins to close the show, then one of them should have won the Royal Rumble. Period. So, the 14-time world champion who now makes the creative decisions in WWE, I've got 2 words for you. Do better. And oh yeah, one more thing. Back in 2012, CM Punk was upset that The Rock and John Cena were main eventing WrestleMania 28 in a non-title match. CM Punk felt that he, the then WWE champion, versus Chris Jericho, should have closed the show. Fast forward 13 years. CM Punk is in the main event in a non-title match, while the biggest prize on Monday Night Raw in 2025, the World Heavyweight Championship, will take a back seat. It's funny how the more things change, the more they stay exact the same. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
I am going to put Oh, you already know. Me and Sean talked about this earlier. I don't fully agree with that. Personally, I don't want to put any of the blame on the people in the main event. CM Punk has an opportunity to main event. Sean, where was he last year? Sidelines, right?
I mean, but you're not commenting on. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Let me get. I'm getting into my point.
He was hurt last year. Yes.
He might not get this chance ever again. Is he going to just be like, you know what? Forget me, guys. Forget me. Selflessness. What has that gotten anyone in pro wrestling ever? Nothing. That's what it's gotten you. Nothing. People will walk over you twice if they could. Yeah, sure. Let me. At the same token, I feel CM Punk. Let me ask you this. Was Punk a better performer than Miz during WrestleMania 27?
I'm sorry.
I say yes.
Repeat that, my brother.
Was CM Punk a better performer than the Miz? If you could go back to WrestleMania 27.
In general, of course. Oh, WrestleMania 27? Yes, he was.
I would have rather had Punk in the main event. That's where he first started feeling like, why am I not in the main event?
Well, I don't know if he deserved to be in the main event that year.
No, he felt you picked him over me.
Okay.
I'm better than him. Come on now. And I'm sure every wrestler felt that way. I'm sure Jack Swagger felt that way too that night. You know what I mean? Like, okay, feel how you feel. Then at 28, he's the champ. Cena Rock. I get it. The one I'm mad about is 29. I paid tickets to go to that because I thought Punk was going to main event. I was like, oh, there's no way you don't do this. CM Punk's the champ. I got my tickets. Yay. And I'm like, Punk's going to main event. Nope. They did it again. And to me, that was crazy. And then he said on 30, he was like, yeah, it's not my time anymore. It's Danielson's time now. You messed up. You blew the chance that I had to do this, and they crushed his momentum throughout. I get that backstory with Roman. Now that's the Punk stuff. Like Punk's taking advantage of the time he gets. And can you call him a hypocrite? Yes, you can do that for a lot of his stuff. Truthfully, if you really start to get into it and nitpick.
Well, then if you say that he's a hypocrite, by the way, I want to go on record. Roman could have stood. There's many different factors that could be in the mix. Roman could have stood up for Jay. Triple H could have stood his ground. A lot of things, right? But as it relates to the comments I made about CM Punk, you're right, Vinny. As it relates to the comments that I made about CM Punk, I don't think CM Punk is a bad guy. But thank you, Deanna. But it's very Vinny. Yes, it's very hypocritical, Conrad. And I know that's hard for you, bro, because
wait a minute. But I just said that
it's not hard for you to. Let me finish. Take it easy, bro. It's not hard for you to admit. Because you just did. But I'm saying I know it's hard for your guy to come across that way is what I was going to say. What I'm saying is it's the same, bro. Look at me. It's literally the same thing. Forget, guys, chat. Listen, everybody in this chat. Forget that I'm a Jey Uso fan. Forget that. Put that to the side. It could be Jey Uso. It could have been anyone. CM Punk was angry because The Rock and Cena were main eventing WrestleMania 28 in a non-title match while he was earlier in the card wrestling Chris Jericho for the World Championship. Fast forward 13 years, CM Punk is in a main event of WrestleMania in a non-title match while the World Championship is on earlier in the... It's the same thing. It's the same. It's not even, like I said to you over the phone earlier, it's not kind of the same. It's not mostly the same. It's exactly the same.
Can I get the hot tag back in?
Of course.
So let me say this part of it, though, too. When you look at it, though, let's put everything into perspective here. CM Punk's not the only person in this match.
See, that's not... Okay.
No, because listen, there's an agenda here. How many times has Roman Reigns main evented the last WrestleManias? How many Roman Reigns WrestleManias main events are there?
From what they say, it's 9, isn't it?
Is it?
Okay. Correct me.
Let's just think real quick. 31.
No, I'm just going off. Didn't they put that stat up on Raw?
No, help me, because this is going to help me remember what the number was that I'm going to say. 31, 32.
Yes, sir.
33.
Yes, sir.
34.
Yes, sir.
No.
He was no.
37.
No. 35, 36, no. 37, yes.
Yes. 38.
Yes.
39.
Yes.
40.
And 40. 40 and 40. 40 and 40.
Oh, so
if you want to,
you're forgetting then. They said 10 time in their article.
Okay.
Because the Money in the Bank is a separate main event too.
Okay, fair enough. But I
want you to. There is an agenda here that they want Roman Reigns to main event this too. Like I don't know what it is.
Do you think Roman's going to end up being in the ring with Cena and Cody?
No. Oh. I'm saying they felt like he had to main event this. This might not be just on Punk. And I'm sure
I never said it was on. You got to stop using that word, bro.
I know, but
I never said it was on Punk.
I'm going back to the article. We only read the Punk portion.
Did I blame CM? I did not blame CM Punk.
I'm not just saying that, though. I'm saying that there are a lot of people at fault within
this.
And like I said...
Quote me. Tell me in my article where it looks like I blame CM Punk. You don't have to put it back on the screen. Just read it.
You see, fast forward, CM Punk 9-title match. It's funny how more things change. They stay exactly the same. So here's what I'm saying. If you're a Punk fan, you're going to take that as, are you just blaming Punk? Because we could bring up Roman did this, and maybe Seth's complaining like, I want the
But there's all we can do, I've agreed. I'll go on the air right now. I'll say, I agree with you about your theory about possibly Roman Reigns should have stepped up, and possibly Roman Reigns should have had his cousin back, and possibly Roman Reigns said it should be me, Seth, and CM Punk in the co-main event, and my cousin should main event. But we only can speculate on that. There's only two things, bro. There's only two things that are solidified facts. Are you ready for them?
Go ahead.
One, Triple H changed his mind, and I just called him out for it by saying do better. And two, CM Punk is in a non-title main event at WrestleMania while the world champion takes a back seat the same way it happened 13 years ago. Where are the lies? Talk to me, bro. I'm challenging you right now. Where are the lies?
There's not lies, but what I'm saying is we have to just look at Triple H made a choice. He's got the pen. He's got the pen, I'll say. Because the pen is what it's
called him out first.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm saying Triple H, he gets some of this too. Roman, I told you how I feel too. Like,
and I agree, but we can't prove that.
No, I'm talking about what I said the first time we talked about this.
Sure. All right.
Which was I got you, Oos. We're going to have a good match. I'm going to put you on. He's put on now. Mm-hmm. Dude, he won the Royal Rumble. Dude, are you really about to lobby for him to main event too? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how many things are you going to... You can only ask for but so many favors before they start looking at you like, what are we doing here? Are you running the company or am I? My
problem is this, Brother Conrad, and I want the chat to hear me on this too. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. What time is it? We got plenty of time. Let me ask you a question. Do you mind being CM Punk right now? I want you to be Phil Brooks right now. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. You are Phil Brooks. Hey, Phil. Question.
Best in the world. No, go ahead.
Question for you, man. Legitimately. How is the situation with Jey Uso this year different than your situation at WrestleMania 28? Matter of fact, let me rephrase the question. I apologize because I keep saying Jey Uso because I'm a Jey Uso guy. I want to make it right. Hey, Phil, what's the difference between your situation 13 years ago at WrestleMania 28 and the Gunther and Jey Uso situation this year?
Not much. Jey Uso should be mad. I will agree with that. That's not. I'm not upset with that. I'm not upset with what you even said for Charlotte and the Royal Rumble winners. I completely understand that. We are here with that. What I'm saying is I can see the reasons why. Like I said, no one's going to just give up this WrestleMania spot. Vinny said Punk's only in it because of Roman. I don't fully agree with that, in my opinion, that Punk's only there because of Roman. Maybe that's the reason why he got the spot. I don't know. We can go back and forth on it. But CM Punk, that year of 2011, he earned the right to main event WrestleMania. You said, and this is going back to Jay. This is going to be a big up to Jay too. You said sell more shirts than John Cena. I did that. You said do the Make-A-Wishes. He did that. You said go out there and main event shows and be entertaining to people. He did that. And then you were like, turn heel. He did that too. Then you gave him Paul Heyman in the long title reign. He did that. And you still said, that's not good enough. Beat it. Go face Undertaker. We appreciate you though, which is the handshake. Here, you can face Randy Orton. You're in the semi-main. Like, even though those tell him it's the main event. I told you, these are the head games they play. And I'm sure they're telling Jey Uso the same thing. Jay, you are in the main event. You're challenging the world heavyweight champion, bro. What are you talking about? Why are you upset if he went in? You know what I mean? And Miracle said something too, real quick.
Yeah, sure. Let's go right ahead.
No. He just said something about aren't Roman and him family? Yes, but Roman only has but so much pull too. Like the pull's not endless for people. There's only so much pull that you have.
You know what? You know what's different about Jey Uso, and I keep saying just Jey Gunther too. They're so freaking humble. They're so freaking humble behind the scenes. Because what I would have loved to have heard, chat, Conrad? I would have loved to have heard that Gunther and Jay together went straight to Triple H's office and said, hey, what the heck is going on around here? I mean, Michael Cole said that Jey Uso was main event in the main event like 14 times. Like, what are we doing? And let me say this just to prove I'm not just being a homer for Jey Uso. If you wanted CM Punk to main event WrestleMania, Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins, you should have had them win the Royal Rumble.
Simple. I don't know how we wound up here. Let's talk this main event real quick, I guess.
Oh, God, that's how we ended up here.
Yes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Honestly, this is a weird match. I'm a fan of all three, and I probably have stuck up for Big Dog Roman more than anyone else. Seth Rollins, we all know how I feel about him. I think he needs a character change in how he's presented slightly. They did this thing where, oh, Paul, you owe me a favor now. And this match is more so about Paul Heyman than the people in it, which is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, Paul Heyman's the prize here in a way. Who wins this, Sean?
Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins teams up with Paul Heyman. I said it last week.
That's your final answer. Seth and Heyman join forces. What happens with this, though? Like, where do you go? Like, do you see anything in the future?
Oh, I don't know. I'm still pissed. But it's going to be Seth, and Seth somehow, because the whole thing is like Punk versus Roman, with Paul Heyman in the middle. I have a feeling that Seth, and that would be a major swerve, and the show would end kind of cool. I admit that. It's going to be Seth, and Seth is going to align himself with Paul Heyman.
I wouldn't be mad if Seth walked away as the winner here. Vinny said Roman wins, LOL. This should be Paul Heyman on a forklift match. Seth wins. Heyman sides with Rollins, and Rollins wins. What if Roman and Paul are setting Punk up? That's interesting. That's what I'm trying to say. Jay and Roman,
what if Roman and Seth are setting Punk up?
Could be.
Sierra Hotel.
Oh, she'll reunite. Yeah, hey. Macho Man Seth Rollins is about to be Seth King after this win, which doesn't make any sense, but we all know Heyman is a weasel. Seth wins. A lot of people are saying Seth, man. They're with you on this.
Yep.
I'll be different. I can see why you all said Seth. I'm going to be weird. I'm just going to say Punk. I just think that there's a match down the line when we get.
Why not give him everything? Let's just give him the whole show. Let's just not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, but it's like, we're just gonna placate to this guy and give him whatever he wants. Like, come on, bro.
It's what you believe is going to happen in other main events. I think they got the title scene messed up, but that's another story for another time. There's matches that I think you have to do when we get to night 2. We haven't even gotten into that yet, but. I'll say Punk wins for now, and I'll explain myself later on down the line. Let's start with the women's triple threat match here for night 2. We're on to night 2. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair. Who do you like in this, Sean?
I'll be brief. I'm mad that I can't. I'm mad because I love Bianca, but the way they've depicted Io, I think Io's going to win, which means that Bianca's undefeated streak would end, which I think is a travesty.
Oh, I don't like that at all, man. I'm picking Bianca just because of the streak. Seriously,
my favorite line of the night. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, and Rhea Ripley's in here. Like, I don't like the way we got to this. I think this could have been done so much better, and I think all of them have come off as unlikable in some type of way.
I want Bianca to win, but my question, and the reason why I'm picking Io, my question to you is, how can you have Io lose after how she's been disrespected? Is her name Booker T in 2003?
I'd rather not comment on that right now.
Where's the lies, bro? I'm always going to keep it a stack.
No, Booker T, I want to say worse things, but I don't want to get into that right now.
I took you somewhere you didn't want to go.
Oh, yeah. No, just because of recent travesties. But I say give it to Bianca, man. Like, why? You have something potentially here that could be like The Undertaker. We're going to flush this for what?
But again, I'm saying I agree with you. I want Bianca to win, but I'm picking Io because what happens to Io if Io's getting mushed in the face and then loses too?
Yeah, I see a lot of people are saying they want Io to win, though.
Yeah, I don't want Io to win, but I think she will. I'll be cheering for Bianca all the way.
Things I haven't heard in a long time. Wish we could give a Mox cameo, Vinny. I have not heard that in a minute. I'm shocked how fans turned on Bianca. I think Bianca could use a heel turn, but I don't know. Jocelyn says, swerve. What if Becky comes out, interferes, causes Charlotte to lose? Maybe they could do something with that as well. Io wins. MJB thinks it's Mommy or Bianca. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Guy will get us. I'm torn between Bianca and Io, which means that Rhea's probably going to stack them.
Chill. All right, so we made our picks known on that one. Let's look here at the Intercontinental title match. We got another 4-way here. To me, there's only one story going into this. It's the Judgment Day storyline.
Yep.
Finn was in this. Liv got Dom added. Is there a possibility Liv is really with Finn? That could be a thing. Could Penta come out and
I'm not
be the champ?
What you said about Finn and Liv would be so freaking awesome.
You got Braun Breaker here. I mean, this is another. He's in the same position as LA Knight. If he loses, do you move him up? It's time. Like, how many times are you going to take this championship away from him? Who's your favorite to win this?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say that Liv is a harlot and is the reason that Finn Balor becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. That's which would solidify what we already know is that coming down the road, a dirty Dom babyface turn.
Really, I think we're gonna keep it heel Dom, but Dom sneaks out and wins the Intercontinental title by defeating Finn, and he is getting the boot from the Judgment Day, and Dom will take over.
I love what you're saying, but I think Dom wins at Backlash.
Okay,
as a babyface,
we will see. That's the one I think that could go a bunch of different ways.
This Sunday at Backlash.
Dom wins rolling up Finn. Vinny says Braun Breaker's winning this.
Braun Breaker could retain. That's not a bad prediction because some of these matches who's going to win? We don't know, and it's end up being the champion.
Right, J-Rock? Yeah, they could go with the whole she's never been pinned thing too, which I hope not. But Miracle's giving out thoughts. Dom's winning the title. Dom versus Finn at Backlash could be.
This Sunday at Backlash.
I'm going for Balor, period. Listen, Pin Balor is not the popular choice, but they could be tricking us here, so we'll rock with it.
Yeah, but for the record, I want the whole prediction on record. Liv helps Finn win the title. De facto, Dirty Dom becomes a babyface. Dom, Finn, Intercontinental title at Backlash.
I think there's a great babyface run. I just don't think we're ready for it just yet. I think you make them wait a little bit longer. Gotcha. We have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Drew and him, this match has now been made into a Sin City street fight.
Great job by you, by the way, with the graphics.
Yes, thank you, sir. I got them from WWE.com. And Drew has to win this in my mind. I like Priest, but this has got it. Drew needs this.
I think my opinion. Priest needs this. Priest needs a big win in this. He needs to win at WrestleMania. I want him to win. I'm going for Priest all the way. And I admit this pick is like more with my heart than my head. Priest all the way.
For sure, in my opinion, for sure. Yep. We got some people yelling for Priest, though. What's good, D?
My guy, Derek. What up, though? See you Saturday.
Yes. Big shout out to my guy, Alfredo, too, who was in the chat before. Look at that. Look at that. You guys are coming in here with some good predictions in the chat. Let's go on to the women's tag team titles. Liv Morgan, it would be a crime if Liv Morgan wasn't on here, but they found a sneaky way to get the women's Intercontinental Champion on the show without having her defend her title. Lyra Valkyria and Bayley are going to team up against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Do we see new champs or no?
No.
No, I say no.
No.
All right. At least we're being honest here. This is Test and D'Lo versus the tag champs at WrestleMania 15.
That's right.
That's right.
Like going hard.
Yeah. Yep. And to me, the women's Intercontinental title match for Backlash is gonna be
They're looking at the real deal now.
Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I think Bayley takes the championship from Lyra.
Of course. And maybe Bayley does a heel turn in the process.
Very fast from where we got. It's been 2 years.
Show.
Well,
the Bayley show.
Look at this. So we got Liv and Raquel.
Easy. We
got people yelling for Drew. Laugh out loud. D'Lo's the man. Funny. No women's are yes.
Out on the street.
That's what's gonna happen in these. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Honestly, this has been one of the matches I'm like, I don't care.
I refuse. I don't care if I really thought Logan Paul was going to win. AJ wins. I would take it. I would take an L for this match before I choose Logan Paul to win. AJ wins.
I'm going to say the same thing just because I don't want to pick Logan Paul either.
Never.
No, you know what? Just to be different.
I picked Ricochet when he faced Ricochet at SummerSlam. I refuse.
we might be foolish in doing this. I don't know how much longer AJ's gotten him, but I think this will be a phenomenal, pun intended, match. And
they don't want none.
Yeah, I think we'll see like a Styles Clash off the second rope or something, and I hope AJ wins. But Karrion Kross has been involved in this. That's my only fear, and I can see them making the feud AJ and Karrion
Kross should join the Judgment Day. I've been saying that for weeks.
Yeah, I can see that happening too. So
Karrion Kross and Scarlett teaming up with my prediction: Finn Balor, Liv Morgan, and Carlito. I like that, and Raquel. I like that.
That's a dominant force right there for Raw, at least.
And give Carlito a chance. Hashtag give Carlito a chance.
Carlito's probably like, leave me in the back and let me chill.
And collect his paycheck. That's right.
Let me see here. I'm going back, just looking at the chat. We should bump this for a SmackDown match, but AJ loses because he's leaving, in my opinion. Yeah, BJ's probably right. Honestly, like my head's telling me to pick Logan Paul, Sean, if I'm being honest.
My mind's telling me no.
You know what? I'm picking just because you said that. Something's telling me I'll pick Logan Paul.
You're selling out. We all know Logan Paul's going to win this match, but I refuse to pick him.
I can't, man. Logan Paul's going to win, man. It's
by the way, speaking of picks, me and Conrad are going to be taking part in a special promotion for TrillerTV where we're going to be picking some matches as it relates to some very good stuff going on TrillerTV this coming WrestleMania week. Make sure you look out for that.
Yes, we'll have a graphic for that and such coming up. Randy, now this is no longer the match. Kevin Owens has said he's going to be out for surgery for a little bit. Randy Orton needs an opponent. Some people think it's Solo. Some think it's Nick Aldis. What do you do in this situation here, Sean?
I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. Look, they talk to me. Oh!
Randy Orton. They get the little finger curl.
Randy Orton, Nick Aldis is my prediction, and Randy Orton wins. I think I don't want Solo. Who wants freaking Solo?
I get the argument too, though. You're like, yo, we ain't on the show, but you put him on the show. Mm-hmm. I get the argument. I get it. Derek says it should be Aleister Black. I don't think you have him lose, though, in his first match back.
Exactly.
If they do anything, I can see them doing Solo and Tama team up, and they face Randy Orton and Aleister Black.
I want it all.
That's one of my favorite themes that they got in the company. Yeah.
Yo, I wouldn't mind a tag team match, man. Like, get Nick Aldis a partner. That's cool.
I hear you, Quills. I hear you. I hear you.
But why would Aldis team up? Well, but then again, why would Aldis team up with Randy Orton after he's been RKO'd twice?
It doesn't make sense unless you have Aldis do the cheap move and
it's WWE. Like they don't care. They don't care about storylines in World Wrestling Entertainment.
Do they announce this before? Or do they leave this to game time? If it's Randy Orton and Solo, you better just announce it and get it over.
If it's Randy Orton and Solo, you better announce it. Yes, on Friday because that's not a surprise.
Yeah. And main event time, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. For the if you guys could, hold on, I want Sean's face on screen for this. I missed it.
Oh my god!
What do we do here?
John Cena's gonna win.
Now, can I go back to my Punk point from before? I know you didn't want to hear. There are certain people John Cena's gonna have to face. John Cena and Randy Orton better happen at Backlash. It's in Randy Orton's hometown.
On my birthday.
You might as well do it.
On my birthday.
And make it happen. I think you're also going to need a future match for him, which is Punk. Where's SummerSlam this year? Is it Minneapolis this year or next year?
In SummerSlam this year is in New
Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're going to do that, Punk and Cena is probably the best place to main event. But once again, I swear to you, if you are here and you hear they announced that WWE draft, I better hear boo, hiss, popcorn's being thrown at the screen. That draft doesn't mean nothing. It's garbage. It's trash. Hold on.
In this, bro, I have to highlight.
Hold on. Someone's calling me. It's nothing because that's what that draft is. It is trash. Trash.
Yo, I have to highlight something right now, man. Big shout out to the only Vinny we like in the building. I promised him I would read this on the air. We were having a conversation on Instagram. A little fun fact as it relates to the. Oh, wow, I didn't even see that. Cool. I did not even see that. We're thinking alike, bro. He says, fun fact about WrestleMania 41. John Cena is trying to win his 17th title in his 17th WrestleMania match, 20 years after winning his first at WrestleMania 21.
And I hear people saying this is the first time Cena's been heel at WrestleMania. That is not true. John Cena was a heel at another WrestleMania.
Oh, that doesn't count.
WrestleMania 19, where he defeated both Jay-Z and Fabulous in a battle rap. They were cardboard cutouts, but a dub is a dub to the Doctor of Thugonomics. That was the beginning of John Cena's rap stuff. But
big shout out to my guy Benny, man. That was a really good stat, man.
Yes, in the words of Derek, it's trash dookie. Tell nothing. I said, what's good? Cody Rhodes versus Cena. It only makes sense for John. Cena wins this.
Because he knows you.
Cacao. If you guys know what we're talking about, you will definitely know. It's the Rock and a Hurricane segment. But yes, like, I don't know, man. And does Rock show up for Rock? Better show up.
Where the hell is The Rock?
Apparently playing Rubik's Cube.
Good Lord, man. What the heck is he doing?
We're going to run down all of this in a second, but Cody loses here, right? And then we're going to be on the chase for Cody to get the belt back, and then he will. Whoa!
Whoa! Yeah, it's going to be a song and dance. All the kids and children are going to be happy, while grown men who've had sex before are going to be upset.
So wait a minute, Sean. Yo, you gotta stop saying that on air.
What?
I just wasn't ready for
Anybody who's seen a butt is going to be very unhappy. Anybody who hasn't seen a butt is going to be very upset. Okay, great.
So, like this Cena thing.
You okay?
Yes, I'm just lost for words. This Cena thing, bro. So Jay's gonna be the de facto world champ then. Like, I mean, like the guy on both brands, basically, because Cena's not going to be here all the time to do that. Yes, and I wonder if that's why BJ picked Cody in the chat before. Pro Wrestling Shoe says, mark my words, Cena loses.
Oh, okay.
He said, y'all talking about butt?
Just continuing from last week, dude. Only grown men, mine and Conrad's age, who have not seen a butt, cheer for Cody Rhodes.
You got to chill, bro. You got to chill.
Butt is that against FCC regulations?
No, but you gotta chill though. It's definitely in there though. Cena is booked for a lot of dates after Mania. I know he is, but is it enough for him to show up? Like, are we gonna feel like he's there? Because
I feel you.
Listen,
I feel you.
When they did I know people want to compare it to the NWO, so I'm gonna do it real quick. When we talk about Hollywood Hogan joining the NWO, you know why it worked? There was immediate follow-up. You can't have weeks and weeks to go by where you don't do anything. And then you do the same segment 2 weeks in a row. And then you deliver a really good one the last week. I'm glad he's going to be on SmackDown. Finally. Great.
Yo, very good decision by World Wrestling because he wasn't booked for anything until WrestleMania night. That was crazy.
Right? Yo, Quills, you wildin', bro. Drinking Zoa and some Terramana. Cheeks, someone said hashtag booty. The Rock cell phone's ringing. It's nothing. He says he knows you. Gabe knows. I
love it.
I've seen my fair share of butt, but let's go, Cody.
Fair enough.
He said, "Whoa on that, buddy." Bucko.
Pow.
Should be fun. Yo, make sure you're locked in with us when we talk about it afterwards. I'm sure Derek will be wilding out. I'm more waiting to hear Sean's reaction and thoughts on how everything goes down, especially after night one. So make sure you are locked in here on Everything Pro Wrestling. We'll be live over here discussing and reviewing those shows as we do every year. I've got some other things to get into. I'm going to try and speed through some of these news. Clash in Paris is happening in France, August 31st, Sunday, 7:30. I don't know what CET is. It's in Paris time. Have fun. Get your tickets for the show if that's what you're interested in. That's what we got going on with that.
So clearly, Jey Uso, judging by that graphic, will no longer be world champion by the time that pay-per-view rolls around.
They always change
in the
these
bottom
guys.
left-hand corner. Clearly, Jey Uso is going to win on Saturday and lose at Backlash. That's pretty much how it's going to go down.
Listen, you could easily flip this and change it. Too.
My dream of Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. Deanna, it's just me and you, girl.
I just want you guys to know, did you know that these were the ticket prices for WrestleMania 9?
Jesus.
How I miss thee. By the way, at WrestleMania 9, does anyone know who that guy is? Nick Khan worked as an usher at WrestleMania 9. That is the American... Sean, this is the American dream, my friend. He went from an usher.
Who would have
thought the guy in the crowd would have been the guy who's... Ooh, I almost said something that I think versus would have been the guy to take over, we'll just say, WWE. Crazy, huh?
Who gives a crap? I don't care if that loser was in the crowd.
WrestleMania 9, Doc. Sean, quick thoughts on this, man.
Fantastic. I love old school documentaries. I love behind the scenes stuff. Hogan screwed over Bret Hart. It's a shame. We all know it. Unfortunate, but it was what it was. And in the process, screwed over Yokozuna as well.
And Macho Man punched Hogan in the eye. I feel more confident than ever saying that. For years, I was like, well, maybe it was the jet ski. Bro. It happened.
Bro, and by the way, I mean, you can either go one of two ways with this thing when it comes to Brutus Beefcake. Is he a good friend or is he a stooge? Because that story, I believe the story with the parasailing accident with Brutus, because Brutus was like, yeah, we all know that was real. And he said, check this out. He said, I did a 360 outside of the water. I feel you. I understand that. But then when he did the Hogan thing, Hogan got hit with a jet ski, and he did a 360. Is 360 like the thing of the day? Like, is everything a 360? Hogan clearly gave you the story. Macho Man punched Hogan in his red and yellow face. We all know it, and we all love it. Oh, yeah!
Matt Lopez said Nick Khan's been plotting that takeover since 93. Sitting in the room, I'm going to get it one day. Macho Man on commentary, he knows. That's what I thought, Clown, too. He knows who did it. He knows. Right.
Oh my God, Clown. Conrad, he said that on the air.
That's when I knew, Sean. I was like, oh, yes.
Yo, all these years later, I can't believe. Yo, my hand to God, bro. My hand to God. I did not even pick up on that.
Yeah, I noticed when they cut to it, I was like, they cut to that for a specific reason. And Scott Steiner said that Savage confirmed it. Like, yeah, no, I jawed him.
Bro, I watched that show 100 times. I did not even. He said that on the microphone. Wow. Why did you never tell me that before?
I was saving it for here.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. He really did punch him in the face. That's great. Oh my God.
Sean, we found out who's going to be inducting people into the Hall of Fame as well. It's going to be happening at 1 a.m. I don't think I'm going to watch this live. So if you watch it, someone tell me if it was good and what to go back for, because I'm not doing it. Triple H is going to be inducted by Shawn Michaels, Michelle McCool by Mr. McCool, Undertaker. Yeah, I know. It's just me being funny. Undertaker's going to induct Michelle McCool. Who else is on this class? I feel like I'm missing someone right now off the top of my head that I'm not thinking of. Who else is in this class?
The Disasters.
They didn't have anyone listed for that. I gotta believe it's either going to be Cody or Jimmy Hart.
Yeah. And you got Lex, of course.
Lex, and he'll be inducted by DDP. Yeah. The controversy, did they ask Sting? Maybe Sting knew not to ask. That goes into Flair saying...
let me go on record. They asked Sting. I'm speculating about what they asked, but they asked Sting, and AEW said no, and they should say no.
Well, Sean, that's like me throwing tomatoes at your house, and I'm like, hey, by the way, bro, can I borrow some ketchup? Like,
exactly.
I know I TP'd your house.
Look, I don't have the upper hand on nothing going on right now, but the answer is no. You're not going to take my money and then punk me too. Oh yeah, here's Sting. There, no problem. Hey, Steve, why don't you go and do my competitor? Hell no.
Yeah, and Flair kind of said that too. And they were like, "Are you going to appear at WrestleMania?" And I think Flair said he could, but he was like, "No, I'm under contract to AEW. Are you stupid? Like, that'd be a dumb question for me to ask." So, and I don't think Tony would care either if it's for his kid, but you know what I mean. Like, it's weird. E brought up Kamala. Yes, they're adding these guys to the legacy wing. That means you do the quick, like, here, you're in, but we are not going to give you the proper induction. I think that's shameful for all three of these guys. Kamala, absolute legend in my opinion. Dory Funk Sr. as well, and Ivan Koloff. If you don't know who Ivan Koloff is, do your history. He kind of just left the business, just fell out of it, and it's what it is. But
tremendous talents that deserve more than just a brush over.
Yeah, and I think the families deserve more too. Hopefully you can get them in games, find something for them to do. So at one point, I'm like happy for them, but at the other point, I'm like, I wish you would have just inducted them. And please stop waiting until these guys are gone. Demolition. I'm going to keep yelling it. Demolition. Put them in.
Stop playing, bro. Stop playing and make things right with Martha Hart too, please. Make things right.
I don't know if they can.
Well, maybe, but do you honestly think they tried? Do you think they tried?
I don't know.
I doubt it. I can't speak for them, but I doubt it. Do y'all think that they've really tried to make things right with the Hart family to bring in Owen Hart? I don't.
Cut it out, Derek. Boogeyman will be at WrestleMania. Yeah, I agree, Deanna. They aren't a footnote. Definitely make sure you show love to the legends. Jeff Cobb. So Jeff Cobb last week was like, oh, I won the tag titles. I thought I was leaving. Haha. And then today we find out we are forfeiting the tag team titles due to Jeff Cobb no longer competing. So, maybe you were. So Fightful and Wrestling Observer have confirmed Cobb's probably heading to the WWE.
Be careful what you wish for. I hope you have fun in NXT.
Or he might just get the put. He doesn't have time for that, Sean. If you're using him on the main, you better use him now.
True.
TikTok. We'll see. Sticking with New Japan. Windy City Riot happened. Great show. Honestly, this show should have just been dubbed. Thank you, Ace. I know fans showed a lot of love to Goto, but this was Tanahashi's last show in the USA. Happened at Chicago. Much love to Tanahashi. I'm a big fan of his. I would love to see him get a match with John Cena. I think that was like a dream match in the 2010s. I'll leave it at that, Sean. I'll kick it to you for any words on the Ace.
Tanahashi is a tremendous wrestling talent. He's earned his farewell, and I'm glad that he's getting it.
Yes. Big fan of Tanahashi. So, and I know he's not moving like he used to, but
his knees are jacked up. I mean, he is retiring, and I'm glad that I just hope that he enjoys his retirement because I'm not trying to kick him out, but his knees look terrible.
Yeah. What did we make of this, Sean? The Rock got put on New Japan. He's wearing the shirt. Is this by accident? Is this trolling? I know everybody's got thoughts on this. I wanted yours.
I honestly don't know. I mean, if I were a betting man, I'd say maybe they're going to do business together. I don't think The Rock trolls anything when it comes to the business. If you remember, back in the day, he didn't really troll WCW. Only time he ever trolled WCW, was one time he said something funky to Eric Bischoff. But other than that, The Rock didn't really speak about. Well, no, he talked about Booker T too. So maybe I'm wrong.
And he did the promo where he was like, "To be the man." Oh, nope, that's not the line.
Yeah. So okay, maybe I'm mistaken. The Rock has done his fair share of trolling, so maybe I'm wrong about that. But let's put it in 2025. I don't think The Rock needs to troll. So I'm hoping that he's going into business with them in some kind of way.
And I trust New Japan to conduct business the right way. I don't think Tony Khan's been bad to them. Just like I don't think he was bad to TNA. I don't know. That's how I feel. Like, I don't know, brother. Just weird.
Rock needs to just bring his butt back to TV and stop playing. Because
someone said he did a better job promoting New Japan Pro Wrestling than WrestleMania.
That's a fact. WrestleMania is Saturday. What are we doing?
Speaking of that, Owen Hart Cup is going on. Make sure you guys are checking out AEW Dynamite and Collision. And speaking of this week, this Wednesday in Boston, AEW Dynamite becomes the longest primetime weekly wrestling show in TBS TNT history. This is a troll, I think, on Nitro and Bischoff. Not fully, but it's also a fact that they are now past the amount of episodes that Nitro has.
It's a fact, but it's a weird fact because I did not know that. But looking back, Nitro's run wasn't really that long. But it was impactful. So Dynamite is overtaking Nitro. I mean, congratulations to them. I mean, that's cool, but I don't think they have had as much success as WCW did.
And how can you there's things that we learned from this. Yes. Also, like contracts. Lock them down for years. You're not going to get that back and forth. You're waiting for a contract to run out. So it's competitive, but it's a little more tricky these days as well. I do miss the old days of someone just randomly showing up the next night. Chris Jericho taking time off for a Fozzy tour. He's feeling it's the right time for a break. The time frame is not known, and it'll likely be talked about until a surprise return. I don't think Jericho stays out too long, though.
I don't think he stays out too long, and I think anybody who has delusions of grandeur about him showing up at WrestleMania needs to kind of end that right now.
Right? Billy Starks, Jamie Hayter was awesome. I did really enjoy that match from Collision. Collision's been really good for wrestling programming. Honestly, I thought Collision was better than Dynamite this week, truthfully.
Collision's been rocking and rolling, man. Just got to keep that momentum going.
TK should do a parody of the Nitro opening for Dynamite. Y'all better leave that man alone. Bischoff's been talking-ish. Spring breakthrough is about to be fire. Zilla fought 2 on Raw. Someone's predicting Jericho can't stay out too long or he'll lock up. I agree. He can't be gone forever. So this is your chance to get that break. Triller TV's got Mania Week happening over there. What's going to be on it? I mentioned that WWE ID tournament, but there's more. We've got Bloodsport happening in this one. Sean, is there a match you're looking forward to? I got the graphics up here. Timothy Thatcher's going to be there. Simon Gotch, Royce Isaacs, Natty Neidhart, Layla Hirsch, Yamashita. Like, everyone's going to be there, bro.
Bro, I'm not even going to cap, bro. I am looking forward to seeing what Natty Neidhart does in Bloodsport. There is no way that anybody in their right mind would have predicted that she would be on a show like this. This is going to be her coming out party to show the world that she means business. I think it's fantastic for her career. You never know what doors it can open as it relates to when she goes back to WWE, being like just this rock and roll. Like, she's going to go in. I mean, Natty Neidhart on Bloodsport, that is fantastic.
Imagine if we would have got this years ago.
Oh, man, yeah, probably a little too late, but you never know.
The final match. Hopefully this won't be too gruesome for ECW vets. No rope barbed wire match. Sabu versus Joey Janela at Joey Janela Spring Break 9 presented by GCW. This one should be a good one. And yes, Clown, I was thinking of you when I put these all together.
Beautiful.
Derek, don't you dare start that. Y2J Clock shows up at WrestleMania. Clown says, I'm looking forward to the Collective. That is another fantastic show that we've got coming up.
You know what happened if you heard the Jericho clock? People would go nuts.
Atticus Cougar versus Fuego del Sol. Loser leaves GCW match. Should be great. If you're into Joshi, we got Stardom, American Dream 2025 in Sin City, and we also have in Neon City as well. And there's a bundle pack for that if you just want to watch those. We've got Spark, which is having their show Lady Luck happening as well. These are all slated on my list of things to try to watch and get through. We got TNA Unbreakable happening on the 17th in Vegas. Wonder why that is. On the card here, we have Joe Hendry and Masha Slamovich versus Frankie Kazarian and someone. We got a barbed wire massacre match in Mance Warner, Sami Callihan. Chris Bay is going to have a basically a fundraiser for him happening with the Hardys. Mike Santana and the Hardys versus Mustafa Ali and the Nemeth brothers, who triple threats for the International Championship Tournament. Winner will go on to meet AJ Francis in the finals. Fun things, man. Fun things.
It is a week that is unlike any other week in the world of professional wrestling, and I am so thrilled that WWE doesn't have the market cornered. It is all about all these organizations.
Sean, we're going to go through this. TNA Rebellion's coming up, too, on Triller TV. Make sure you guys order that as well. Or you guys
are not signed up for Triller TV. I don't know what you guys are waiting for.
Don't know, brother. Like I said, if you love wrestling outside of the main brands, you could watch it all there. And honestly, you could watch AEW on there, too. If you didn't know, you better call somebody. Yes, Triller TV Mania looks fire. The only thing I hate are those late time slots. I need coffee to stay up. You can always watch them the next day too.
You can tweet me anytime. I'm lazy. I'm going to church, and this week is all about the good Lord and pro wrestling.
There you go. Happy Easter, everyone. We got Stand and Deliver too Saturday. We're gonna be trying to watch this, so I'm sure during our pregame and making food, we're gonna be having that on on the phone, trying to do stuff here. So
no, real talk. My mom called me and she was like, "So Easter dinner, right?" I was like, "Of course." I was like, "What time is Easter dinner?" I was like, "We gotta make sure we got this thing lined up, baby."
That's right. I'm still trying to work on details for that as well. I only have 2 matches on here for. I know there's a ladder match too, but Stand and Deliver. Does Obo walk out as champ against Trick and Javon?
I want Javon to win. I think actually though that Trick is going to find a way to get it done.
I think Oba retains. You
Okay.
got to keep Oba strong. He's the guy right now down there.
He is the guy.
We got a 4-way match here. Stephanie Vaquer, remember that double championship? It's gone. She's going to take on Julia, Jordan Grace, and Miss Parker.
I'm going on record. Jada Parker, I'm not taking anything away from her athleticism, from her charisma, from her intelligence. She's all of that. Jada Parker is the most attractive woman in all of professional wrestling, and she is your next NXT Women's Champion. It's her time.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, I like that, Leezy. And Leezy, I like that. Trick heel turn, and he's the leader of the Dark State. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that fake Shield group or whatever. We still don't know what's going on with them. I'm sure Ricky Starks is going to have a match as well. Or, Ricky Saints. Caught myself.
Ricky Starks.
Who's that?
Yeah.
So we talked about Mick Foley. We're skipping episode 2 guy because he deserves no promotion. This week is about Big Van Vader. Sean, next week when we get on early, you might have to yell at me and remind me. We got to talk Tony Atlas.
I mean, I'm cool with
we
that.
want to get our best foot forward.
You say get on early. We're going to get on late for what? For us, for our time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'll be on. Raw starts at 8, but we might have to start at like 7:45. So
okay, we can do that. We can do that.
So we can get a little Tony Atlas talk in here, so we can keep it. Yeah. We're going to put our best foot forward. We're going to put our boots to the ground and talk a little bit about Tony Atlas here.
And as it relates to the guy who was featured on episode 2, who's going to remain nameless, how could they waste such amazing heel music on that guy? Because his music was epic.
He was buns. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Even as a kid, I was like, eh.
Yeah. But like, imagine like putting that heel like foreign music on somebody better.
Yeah. But let's talk Vader real quick, man. And Vader's a mixed bag story. I know we've only got a few minutes to get into Vader here, but Sean, Vader, a huge guy. He got into the business after a football career. I know he has an NFC championship under his name. He didn't play in the game. I get it. He was injured, knee problems. But Vader then gets into the world of pro wrestling. He just walked in the back, he said one day with his cowboy hat on and said, "I'm here to fight." And they had Bruiser Brody just beat this man down, which explains his hard-hitting style that he would come into later with. In Japan, he ended up getting a gimmick presented to him. It was Big Van Vader. I think it was Inoki and his crew who came up with it. What is Big Van Vader? This is Big Van Vader. Other names that were considered for this, The Ultimate Warrior, but he got a call from WWE and he never took it. The other person,
thank God for that.
The other person was Sid. But but he said after meeting with Vader, after meeting with Leon, that's who we went with. And we got him in Japan. He ended up doing great things over there. Dude, he even caused a riot. People talk about aura all the time. This is aura. This is heat right here. He beat Antonio Inoki and caused a riot. Look at the ring. Look at the people in the arena. They went crazy for this. Crazy. Vader's career, Sean.
I love Yokozuna. I have always loved Yokozuna. But the greatest big man performer I've ever seen, you got to remember, I was born in a very wonderful time where I've been able to see old school and new school at a young age and be able to internalize it all. I'm going to say it again, I love Yokozuna. But Big Van Vader is the greatest big man performer I've ever seen in my entire life.
Those moonsaults were crazy, bro.
Oh, my God. Crazy. Athletic, aerial. I mean, this guy was 450 pounds doing moonsaults. It was absolutely outstanding. A credible world champion. Him beating Sting made sense. I loved it. And him going Cactus back and forth with Flair and Cactus Jack and Too Cold Scorpio. Vader was absolutely phenomenal, and I wish he had beat Hogan in the Super Bowl. That's all I got to say.
I wish he didn't break that guy's back. I saw he went in there, and he basically said he cussed Vader out, made him cry. Vader was a soft guy, too.
He was. At heart. Behind the scenes, he was.
Yeah, and I don't want to get into any of his family stuff. I know his son was Jake Carter in NXT. You can look him up if you guys want to see some of his work, too. But I wanted to say this about Vader. They didn't touch on Vader going back to Japan. He had a career resurgence after that. And they didn't touch on him wrestling Will Ospreay at the end. And I think Vader said he made a crucial mistake. I think you were on Twitter. I think we were friends by this point, Sean, where he had said the whole, I'm done, my heart's failure. And he said he lost bookings because of that after. And he wished he never said it. But he tweeted it. And he was someone that Foley, people like us, the Legend fans, we advocated. Put him in the Hall of Fame now.
Yes, absolutely.
And they didn't.
But again, I can't stress this enough because people, I don't want it to be misconstrued. I am so much a fan of Yokozuna. I mean, the things he did in the ring was phenomenal. But Big Van Vader, I love him equally. Like, Big Van Vader is the greatest. And if you haven't seen him, go do your research. Big Van Vader is the greatest big man competitor I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Someone said should have washed that gear. I know as much as people blame Sean for everything that happened with Vader, Vader was part to blame too in his WWF run, and I think that was the beginning of him not getting it anymore. Like, Vader, you're here. People expect you to wash your gear. You gotta wash your gear, bro. Like,
well, there's no excuse for not washing your gear, but. And when I say but, that's not me making an excuse for not washing your gear. Okay, I'm saying you should wash your gear, ... Okay? But Shawn Michaels didn't have to humiliate him like that.
Yeah, no, Shawn was completely unprofessional in a lot of his dealings. And the push that Vader was going to get went to Sid.
Right.
But Vader's one of the best big men of all time. One angle I'll never forget was not only him breaking Yoko's leg with the Vader bomb to get him out of there, but the Gorilla Monsoon attack. Great way to write Vader off television because he had a shoulder injury.
Fantastic.
Having him, you didn't do that back then. I remember as a kid, I was like, "That's Gorilla Monsoon. What are you doing? That's an old man. You can't beat him up." Vader bombed him like, what was it, 3-4 times?
3-4
Crushed
times.
him, dog. And Gorilla got taken out on a stretcher. The president of the World Wrestling Federation. What are we doing here?
Interim president, though.
Oh, excuse me. Correct. That reminded me of a funny work story this week. Maybe I'll have to tell you that one off air. But that was it, man. That was it. Vader team with Bam Bam.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, go find him and Bam Bam versus the Steiners or anyone you could find it against. It's on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. RIP to the man they call Vader. Absolute legend in the ring. He had his good, he had his bad, but Vader was always entertaining to watch. So,
and you know what? I don't get the impression about him that he was like, he had his stuff, right? He had his stuff, but Vader wasn't a bad guy. I don't remember hearing. I listened pretty intently about. He had some issues, but he wasn't like, you know.
He needed to learn how to pull back from the character. Like, once he got in the ring, it was showtime, and he was peppering you. He didn't care. Like you gotta take care of people.
Stiff, but I'm talking about as a human being.
Yeah. I mean, he will cry if he felt something. He would. Yeah. And I don't think he ever maliciously went to hurt people. I don't think he meant to have his gear stink. He played football and was probably like, "Yo, this is what."
Yeah,
get out there. Let's do it.
Made some decisions that were questionable, but never any. At least from what I read and have seen, I don't think that Vader ever came across or did anything in his personal life that was malicious or detrimental to anyone else.
Yes. And we got 5 minutes here before Raw. Raw's happening tonight. Looks like Roman's going to be on the show. We got a couple matches. Yes, we are acknowledging him. We got a big week of stuff, man. We're going to be back. Like I said, Sean's going to be back this week a lot. This is the schedule one last time. Sean, I'm going to let you run it down one more time, then take us out of here, brother.
This Friday the 18th, meet me on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly for WrestleMania and Hubbardonomics with myself and special guest James Porcelli. Saturday night during WrestleMania Night 1, join me on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly YouTube as I will be going live for a watch-along, Jey Uso versus Gunther. Saturday night, April 19th, immediately following WrestleMania Night 1, join myself, my guy Derek, and my brother Conrad as we wrap up WrestleMania Night 1. We're going to be doing the same thing on WrestleMania Night 2, Sunday, April 20th. Immediately following the show, come meet us on the Everything Pro Wrestling channel. And then on the Everything Pro Wrestling channel, be aware and be clear that this coming Monday, next week, we will not be on 6:05. We will be on at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 o'clock Pacific. And we will be bringing you a live Raw After Mania Clash of the Podcast watch along.
And we may talk Dark Side of the Ring early because I don't want to hear anyone say we didn't talk about Tony Atlas. We will
Right.
talk about Tony Atlas.
So let's change that right now. So be aware that on next Monday we'll be live at 7:45 p.m.
Yeah, we'll start a little early, talk Tony Atlas, and we'll probably run down all the craziness of WrestleMania as well. We appreciate you guys, and I gotta let Sean take us out of here with the way he always does, man.
Yeah, man, we're doing all this extra stuff, man, because we got love for y'all and we want to bring y'all the best in professional wrestling. So make sure you subscribe to both channels. Make sure you're locked in for all our amazing content this week, and keep us in the loop about what you guys are doing. Hit us on social media. Let us know if you want us to talk about something specific, man. It's all about y'all and it's all about pro wrestling. So we appreciate y'all. On a personal note, I just want to say, God bless everyone. This is a very important week for me and my family and my faith. I am a Christian. I am a born again believer. I'm not pressing any religion in anybody's face. I'm just simply saying that that's what I am. So I want to wish everybody a happy resurrection, happy Easter Sunday to each and every one of you. However you may be celebrating or not, I still wish you the very best on this holy week. I wish you the best this WrestleMania week. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. Conrad, I wish you and your family, your beautiful family, a happy Easter and Resurrection week. You know what I'm saying?
You, brother.
So with that being said, on behalf of my brother Conrad and myself, Sean Hubbard, we'll see you on a Wednesday night for Everything Pro Wrestling Presents AEW Review at 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you Friday night on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, and we're going to see you throughout the entire WrestleMania weekend. And then once again, back here, 7:45 Monday night for a special watch-along edition of Clash of the Podcast. Conrad, Sean, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, EPW, Clash of the Podcast. God bless. Be encouraged. And especially on this holiest of week, always remember that evil never prevails. Peace.